Hi everybody, Brandon Shiga here for my TED Talk presentation for public speaking. So the TED Talk that I decided to watch was called Another Reason to Get a Good Night's Sleep by Jeff Liff. And basically it talks about how our body has this complex system called the lymphatic system that gets rid of all the waste from all our cells and everything through the body, but it's not connected to our brain. So how does our brain get rid of all of its waste? And for his opener, he told this story about a Greek researcher named Galen who 2,000 years ago had this theory that when you're awake, your brain basically has this fluid that goes around your entire body, and that's how it excretes its waste. And then when you go to sleep, it would bring all that fluid back up to the brain, and then we'll just continue this cycle every day. And 2,000 years later, this group is doing research that kind of proves this theory. It's not quite the same thing, but it's pretty close. So I thought this conclusion or this opener was really good because it really caught my attention, and it wanted me to listen to what he had to say. As far as his conclusion goes, he started to talk about how the brain creates this chemical that actually leads to Alzheimer's, and then when you sleep, it can release this chemical, into the system, and then it's excreted as waste. So for his clincher, he led back to the introduction and went into how important it is to get sleep, and when you are sleeping, your body excretes this waste. And then he went on to go and say things like, while our body does this, it may, there's no relation to sleep deprivation and Alzheimer's, but by sleeping, your body is naturally going to release those chemicals, and it could, reduce the chances and things like that. So as far as Garr Reynolds and his naked presenter philosophy, there wasn't too much that this presenter used. He was very confident, I felt, so I could kind of relate, him to the naked presenter in that he didn't stutter, he didn't seem nervous or anything like that. He actually was very confident in his speaking, and he told the speech all the way through without any hiccups, and I thought he was really good. So my biggest takeaway about public speaking based on this TED Talk is, I guess, maybe just to be yourself. I think the naked presenter thing really helps because I think it builds a lot of confidence, and it really gets you out there in front of your audience. It kind of, I think, reduces the nervousness and things like that. So by watching these TED Talks, I feel like I learn a lot about how to present in general, as well as about technology, because you don't want to bore your audience. You want to captivate them, and you want to be able to get your point across and things like that. And I think by watching these, it really helps myself on how to become a better presenter for these kinds of presentations, because by watching them, I learn how to do it just like they do, and they're really good. So I think that's probably the best thing that I could take away from watching these. So yeah, that's my presentation. I hope you guys like it, and I'll see you next week. Thanks.